What's up, everybody? I am Travesty,
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
and welcome back to another episode of this freaking show. It is the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. The same weekly podcast that is brought to you by CarterComics.com. Guys, CarterComics.com is a proud sponsor of the podcast. If you're the kind of person that likes to collect comic books, or you're thinking about starting a comic book collection yourself, well, then Carter Comics is the place for you to check out. If you go to CarterComics.club, CarterComics.com.
It should be CarterComics.club, just as a...
It should be. I wonder if could .club be, what the fuck? Okay, first off, what is the .com part called?
I forget. The extension?
Is that what it's called?
The browser extension?
Because I know you guys used to have GCL.Ninja.
Yeah.
Now, was that an option to pick from, or you were able to create that?
We found it and bought it. I will say that because most websites aren't set up for it, it ended up actually crashing our whole original website.
Like a ninja.
Yeah.
Dang. Because I always thought it'd be kind of cool, like if we did like this freaking .show.
Yeah.
Or freaknet.studios.
Yeah, domain name extension. That's what it's called.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know, maybe Carter Comics needs to look into .club because I don't know if there's many .clubs out there.
Yeah, probably not.
But anyways, back to this. I'm gonna apologize to you guys right now as we go into this recording. Me and Joe are talking about something before the recording about my mood that we're going to talk about in this episode. I'm just gonna reference it a different way. Because I don't even know if I really have anything to lose at this moment.
Right.
Yeah. I know you guys are thinking, oh, Travis, there's so much to live for. I'm not going to kill myself. It's not that, like, nothing to lose kind of thing. It's just a, but don't worry, I'm going to do it in a very, secretive way where no one will ever understand what I'm fucking saying because, I fucking Joe, I'm losing my train of thought here.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you do Audible first? Because I kind of like record
I'm happy
thoughts. Appreciate it.
I'm happy to. Yeah.
I'm not going to edit any of this out. I want people to know how mind fucked I am, so they're anticipating what's going to be happening here in a little bit.
I hear you. Well, today is the first day that I have been okay in like a week, so I'm about it. In terms of focus and ability to do things, so I'm in. Gosh, I can't think of how to start the ad. This freak show is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you want to read a book without reading a book, if you want to have a fantastic professional tell you a story, the best way to do that is to go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. Get yourself a free 30-day trial for the Audible program and a credit towards your first audiobook purchase. It's a great way to read while you're doing other things. You could be doing the dishes. You could be driving to work. You could be taking a bath and listening to a fantastic story or nonfiction work that teaches you something or just entertains you or makes you feel good about the world. Studies have shown that listening to a book is just as effective for improving your mind as reading with your eyes. It has the same effect on the brain. It lights up the same places. And human beings are narrative creatures. We love stories. We think about things in terms of stories. We tell ourselves stories about ourselves so that we can get up in the morning and do the things we need to do to make meaning of our lives. Audible's a great way to experience that. By listening to great stories and learning things from wonderful writers. So go right now. Pause the podcast if you have to. Pause it. Mm-hmm. Go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. Get yourself a free 30-day trial and your first audiobook from Audible. Do it now.
100%. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, go and sign up for Audible. But do pause the show first because you don't want to try to multitask and miss something, you know, like the fuckery that we put ourselves through trying to plug things.
Yeah.
Right. But hey, you know what? The check's clear. So
That's all that matters.
right. So either they listen and they just enjoy our quirkiness, or they don't listen and just send a check.
Yep.
Either way, I'm okay with it. Anywho, CarterComics.com is CarterComics.com is the best place for you. No, you're fine, dude. Best place for you to go for all your comic needs, whether you are looking to continue a comic collection or start up a comic collection. CarterComics.com has everything from graded comics to raw comics. So I'm new to the entire comic book community, well, is whatever you want to call it. And, before CarterComics.com and all that other stuff, like, I always thought to myself, comic books are just superhero based. Batman, Superman, X-Men, Captain America, stuff like that. But there's so many different other comics out there, that, I mean, they cover like an array of things, like, Ren and Stimpy and Disney and, anti-heroes and shit like that. And, we learned that through our Carter Comic Pick of the Weeks, which what it is, Carter Comics says is a comic every single week for us to share with you guys to kind of give you an idea of what they are selling. And, this week's Carter Comic Pick is called Lady Death, The Reckoning #1. It is, graded at a 9.6. It's the naughty variant, signed by Brian Pulido. And it does come with a certificate of authenticity. I guess Brian Pulido is maybe the author of the comic? The writer? What is a comic book? If you write in a comic, are you an author?
Yeah. There's the writer is the person who usually comes up with the idea. Then there's usually the artist who actually draws it, and then sometimes there's an additional person who actually physically writes in the words, and that person can be called a letterer.
Well, this guy is Brian Pulido, so I don't know who that is, but apparently he signed this comic.
Gotcha.
Discover how a beautiful young woman named Hope is transformed into Lady Death, the ravishing seductress. Oh my God, Joe.
Seductress?
Thank you. Of the Netherworld. In this issue, Lady Death recalls her early years as she battles her villainous father, Matthias, a tyrannical feudal lord who conspires with demons. Special guest appearance by Evil Ernie. I'm not sure who Evil Ernie is, but hey, he makes a special appearance in this comic. Currently available on CarterComics.com, on sale now for $92.99. I know you're thinking, oh, what? Hey guys, they price these for sale. They don't, you gotta keep in mind, it's a business. And when you're saying like, oh man, I don't want to spend $93 on a comic, imagine what the comic is really gonna cost, the value that's really there. They do price shit to sell. And it is on sale currently. So get out, go to CarterComics.com, fill your cart up with all their amazing products. And then when you go to your little shipping page and everything, and they find a little box that says promo or coupon, type in Freaknet, FREAKNET. You'll save yourself 10% on your entire order of Carter Comics. So think about it. The more you spend, the more you will save. It's science. It's math. It's just math. It's math. Right? I know good. I know good things.
Yeah.
CarterComics.com. Use promo code Freaknet. Save 10% on your entire order. Do it now. Joe, 3 things I want to talk about today. Wait, Crush.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 3 things. I believe there's 3 things I want to talk about today. We obviously got to talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock. That's a given.
Right.
Everyone's doing it. Why not us?
Yep.
I want to talk about my mood. We're going to talk about that. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but I want to go into more detail about it. I'm hoping we can find the same path we took before we recorded, because I liked where we were going with that. But we might not, but whatever. And I want to talk about how I firmly believe that your bowels fuck with you.
All right.
Okay. But before we do any of that, of course, we got to bring some things freaking back. Some things that are no longer around. They need to return to us. with our new season segment of Bring It Freaking Back. So, Joe, I don't remember who went last time, so I'm going to let you choose. Do you want to go first, or I could go first? It doesn't really matter.
I can go first. And part of the reason I want to go first is because this is another instance where I'm only pretty sure this thing is gone.
Excellent. You know what? My favorite thing about this segment is I like to tell you that the thing that you think is gone is actually still here.
It's wonderful.
Right? It does my heart good to not only correct you, but to also kind of give you joy knowing that you thought that something was gone forever. It's actually literally at the gas station.
Yeah.
So yes.
Growing up, we lived in a small town of like 200 people that was right in the middle of two slightly larger towns. And so whenever we wanted to have fast food for like lunch or whatever, it was always a special occasion because you had to drive for it. And so we would go over to the next town over, and that town had both a Burger King and a McDonald's. Now, you know me now as a person who is not at all a picky eater.
No.
I'll eat just about anything.
You put jelly on your eggs.
Hell yeah. Only when my wife's not looking, so I don't make her sick.
The only thing that you're picky about when you eat is deciding which condiment you want to put on what food for some reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I also really only like ketchup with French fries.
Yeah, it's like you have a wheel. It's like you wait for your wife to leave the house, and you pull out this fucking like Lazy Susan you created, and you pull 8 items out of the fridge, throw them on the Lazy Susan, and then spin that wheel 3 times, and whatever it lands on, that's what you fucking eat.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be a YouTube game for us.
I love that.
I do too. We're gonna do that shit.
I'm very into it.
Anyways, we'll call it Joe's Kitchen.
I'm very into that.
Right.
But there was a period of time where I did not like anything from McDonald's, and I wouldn't eat it. And because the two restaurants were like right across the street from each other in this town, my parents actually accommodated me. And so what they would do, my both little brothers, both mom and dad liked McDonald's enough. So we would go to Burger King and we would order their chicken tenders because they were like 99 cents for 6 or something like that.
Yes.
So I'd get like 3 of those with barbecue sauce and onion rings. And then we'd go over to McDonald's and everyone get whatever they want. And I would eat my Burger King and everyone else would eat their McDonald's. We'd play in the play place. It was great. Well, nowadays, or within the last couple of years, the only fast food restaurant that had chicken that tasted like that same chicken tender recipe, Burger King doesn't use it anymore. They use a different recipe. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't taste right. It's awful. But for one shining, glorious moment, for about 2 years pre-COVID, McDonald's had brought back their buttermilk chicken tenders.
They did.
And they tasted exactly like I remembered the chicken tenders from Burger King when I was little. And so that would be my guilty pleasure go-to snack a couple of times a week would be to go to McDonald's and get just like 3 tenders and some barbecue sauce and some fries, which is too often. As a snack, it's too often.
But see, and that's the thing too. It's like you're thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna eat chicken, but it's breaded and fried, and that's where the downfall is.
Right, exactly. Well, and what you're already there, so how hard is it to convince yourself to also add a couple pies because you still can get them 2 for $1? You know?
Well, my knowledge, because I used to work at McDonald's, as you know, no matter what you order and no matter how much, it all cancels out if you order a large Diet Coke.
That is true, which I've never done.
I've had so many people order double quarter pounders with cheese, large size, with a Diet Coke, thinking that Diet Coke is going to protect you from the half pound of meat and the large fry you're about to also devour with it.
Yeah. In fairness, dodging the 3,000 calories from a regular Coke is probably
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Let me ask you, Joe, when you got those chicken tenders, what was your go-to sauce?
The barbecue sauce.
Always the barbecue. Never tried the buffalo?
I think I tried it. I never liked it as much as the barbecue. But I think it's just, I was trying to recreate that moment from childhood. And, I'm pretty sure Burger King, they had like the zesty onion ring sauce, they had honey mustard, they had honey, and they had barbecue sauce. And it's that barbecue sauce that tastes like Sweet Baby Ray's, but somehow better.
See, I kind of remember, and you know, now that I think about it, I might be getting Burger King and Wendy's mixed up, but I remember it almost having like more of an open pit flavor than it did Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh, maybe. I don't.
But like I said,
anymore.
I could be thinking Wendy's.
Yeah, could be. No, yeah, that does sound like Wendy's back then.
Yeah.
I don't know what Wendy's is like now with their barbecue sauce.
But
anyway,
yeah.
When COVID hit and all of the fast food restaurants scaled back their menus because they, there was all the manufacturing issues with food and stuff, and you know, farmers slaughtering their chickens and throwing them away because they couldn't process them, so on and so forth. McDonald's got rid of those chicken tenders, to my knowledge. They still have the nuggets, but they no longer have the tenders. And to my knowledge, they have not brought the tenders back to their menu yet. And I'm so upset about it because it's the only thing I actually want to eat from McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really has like tenders anymore.
Yeah.
Now I did listen on the radio that Arby's just brought back their boneless wings, which I will argue to the day I die that there's no such thing as a boneless buffalo chicken wing.
Completely agree with you.
It's a fucking tender.
Yeah.
I know, you know, like I
nugget.
think, yeah, I think I missed out on an opportunity to go on a date once because somebody said that we should go to, I forgot what restaurant it was, but she said she loves the boneless buffalo wings. I was like, oh, so you mean the chicken tenders? And she said, well, the buffalo wings. I'm like, there is no such thing as a boneless buffalo wing. You're talking about a chicken tender. It's literally a fucking chicken tender. I didn't say fucking chicken tender, but I'm like, it's literally just a chicken tender. They just want to sell it as a chicken wing so they can add $3 to the fucking price.
Right.
But
well, what's crazy now is that they're cheaper than the traditional wings.
Yeah.
But which makes sense because they're not made out of wings, so they can make it out of any part of the chicken if they want.
I haven't done it yet, and I'm trying to be good on like getting the fast food shit lately.
Yeah.
Like Wendy's like family size chicken nugget, which is like 50 fucking nuggets in like a KFC like bucket inside its own little carrier.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wants that so badly, and there's a rest of me is like, that would be a bad decision.
See, the thing is, like, I don't want it because it's 50 chicken nuggets. I want it because it's like $12.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, because it's such a fucking deal. And I know that's why Wendy's does it. It's like, listen, no one wants to eat 50 fucking wings, but everyone...
I want like 20.
Yeah. But everyone wants to buy 50 fucking wings for $12.
Right. Absolutely.
But,
yeah. And there is definitely a part of my brain that's like, the part of me that is still a like 15th century peasant is so into the idea of having 50 chicken nuggets.
Right.
You know, like if I eat all of these, then I'll be able to survive the winter and my children will live and exist.
Terrifying thought. Like you're saying, you're eating 50 wings.
Mm-hmm.
Is there going to be a point where you're going to be laying down while eating these wings?
No, I can't do that.
See, I would begin by laying down because I don't think I'd ever want to sit up and watch it. Like I remember, like when I fucked on my back in December. And, like, I couldn't sit. I couldn't sit up, like, whatsoever. So I had to, like, eat my meals while, like, kind of laying on my side.
Oof.
And all I kept thinking in my head is, like, I believe this is how that fucking fat monster from Star Wars got. Right? Like,
yeah.
I
can picture Jabba just munching on like a handful at a time.
Right? Like he probably was fit and healthy, and then one day he threw his back out and had to eat his fucking, Jersey Mike's number 99 giant with extra fucking jalapenos and chipotle mayo. Not saying I'd done it. Just laying on his side watching fucking TV. And then look what happened. Mm. Well, yeah, no, if I had to eat fucking 50 wings, and the thing is too, is like, what are you gonna do? You gonna eat a few, put them in the fridge, and then they get cold, and you gotta try heating them up and dry them out? It's a thing.
Right.
It's a thing. I'll admit this. I'll admit this on the show. I think I admit this before. There have been times where I've ordered so much fucking food from a restaurant that I ordered 2 drinks so they didn't know it was just for me.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done that. I've been that guy. Hopefully not anymore.
Yeah.
But chicken tenders are a good one, Joe. Like I said, and you know what? If they brought the chicken tenders back to McDonald's, it opens up the possibility to bring back snack wraps.
Right?
Yeah. It's a good one. I like that.
2 for 1.
Fuck yeah.
What about you? What are you bringing back this week?
Well, in order to tell you, I want to read you something. I want you to tell me if you remember what this is.
All right.
Yep. After being dropped off at Bulworth Academy, Jimmy Hopkins meets the school principal, Dr. Thaddeus Crabblesnitch, who urges him to keep his nose clean. He soon befriends senior Gary Smith and freshman Peter Kowalski and begin working with them to try to assert their dominance over Bulworth's various cliques: the bullies, the nerds, the preppies, the greasers, and jocks. However, an increasingly paranoid Gary eventually betrays Jimmy and pits him against Russell Northrop, the bully's leader. In an underground fight, Jimmy defeats Russell and forces him to stop picking on his fellow students, earning the bully's respect.
It sounds so familiar, but I cannot remember what it is.
Cool. Well, I'm going to tell you, and you'll probably remember it. So, Rockstar Games is very well known for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But back in 2006, they released a video game called Bully.
I never got to play Bully.
I loved that fucking game. And for those of you who don't know what Bully is, well, the plot I just read you, but it was literally Grand Theft Auto, but based in like a private school. No guns.
Awesome.
Yeah, there was no guns. The weapons were like slingshots and spitball, like straws and spitwads and stuff like that. Yeah, and then it's like that. You ran around. You went to the library to read. You went to the gym to work out. You did stuff to kind of like build yourself. And you did like tasks and stuff like oh, so and so stole my whatever. Can you go get it back from them? And stealing like test answers and shit like that. It was a lot of fun because it got you the ability to do the Grand Theft Auto game, but not, I don't know, murdering people, stealing cars, banging hookers. It was kind of more of a child-esque version of Grand Theft Auto. And plus you're a hero going up against the bullies and stuff like that.
That's nice.
So it was a lot of fun. They only came out with the one, November 2006. The manager, director of research for, Wedbush Morgan Securities predicted that Bully would not sell well enough over the upcoming holidays to warrant a sequel. However, when his prediction turned out to be untrue, Petra apologized to Rockstar Games. During the development of Bully Scholarship Edition, Mad Dog Studios was acquired by Rockstar in 2008, renamed Rockstar New England. 2009, Rockstar New England had developed a playable vertical slice, blah, blah. Long story short, they just didn't think it would sell.
Lame.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I wish they would make a sequel, but they haven't, maybe as of yet. Who knows? It could be a different one, but
yep.
As of right now, there is no Bully 2 on the horizon, but who knows? Maybe one day that'll change.
That would be good. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really fun game.
It was so much fun, and it was like one of the only 2 like PlayStation 2 games I ever played, just because it was so much fucking fun. I actually bought Grand Theft Auto 5 on my PlayStation for like $10 like a week or so ago, and I have yet to fucking play it.
Nice. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, I've just been so busy.
Yeah, I hear you.
I bought Red Dead Redemption because huge into,
Oh yeah.
I'm huge into, Westerns, and also it's Grand Theft Auto-esque. And I played it for several hours for 2 nights and haven't touched it in like a week and a half.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. I've been making my way through Uncharted 2.
Ooh, nice. How's that going?
I really like that game. I really like that series. I forgot how much I liked it. I picked it up when PlayStation was giving it out for free at the beginning of the pandemic. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, and I played the first one, and I got so into it that I tried to go back and beat it on brutal mode. Can't do it. Well, I probably could, but it's just I got to a point where there's a gunfight that you it's like a 5-minute gunfight, but if you die, you have to play it over again. And I've been through that gunfight probably 45 times, and so I was just like, I am done, and never picked it up again. And then I don't know, I've just been wanting something to play lately, and so I picked up Uncharted 2, and it's been great. I'm really enjoying it. So
Nice.
I'm almost done. I think I've got 1 or 2 more chapters left.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing, I can't remember which Assassin's Creed it was, but it was Revolutionary Warrior one, I think 3, 5?
Yeah, I think that's 3.
Yeah, and the very last mission I couldn't beat, so I just had Colin do it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just want the story.
Dude, I fucking loved the Assassin's Creed Revolutionary War story. I don't know, huge fan of that shit. They need to make like a Civil War one, more war ones. I like the war ones for Assassin's Creed. But I can't play like Call of Duty and shit like that. That's just way too fucking much.
I hear you.
Like I need a story based fucking game. Like it needs to have what the hell is that? Red Dead Redemption. Great fucking story.
Right.
Nice fucking story. So shit like that.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to talk about my sadness, and then we'll talk about Chris Rock and Will Smith. But I want to spend as much time on me as possible because, well, this is our show, and we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, to protect people, I'm going to refer to my negative as ex-girlfriend. I'm just going to do it that way.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm going to do my best to describe it. And Joe, I want you to tell me if I described it perfectly or if I need more detail on it. So, seeing this girl, I did everything I could to be a great boyfriend. And put a lot of work and a lot of time into the relationship. To the point where, I thought we could have moved on to the next level of our relationship.
Yeah.
And obviously we've talked about it. There's been discussions about it, from both sides that, this is what fits. This is what works. And, come to find out, I wasn't the guy. I wasn't the right fit. So it's over, if you will. Is that a good, I kind of nailed it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there is some room there for the possibility that there's some miscommunication between the two parties. And so maybe it's not over, maybe you are going to the next level, but
it's a possibility, right? Like it just seems like,
it's probably over. Like you're mentally prepared for that. You're emotionally ready for that possibility.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I've talked to, I had a weird conversation with my brother about it, which I rarely ever talk to Nick about anything. We're not really the,
talking about things type.
Yeah, the sentimental kind of brother stuff. Like we really don't do that shit. But I guess we kind of grew towards that after a while, well, especially with my grandma's fucking psychopathic theories on the idea where it was okay to go around telling everyone in my family that I'm going to kill myself. I told you about that, right?
No.
What? Okay, side story. Grandma came into town last year around November, the end of November. Yeah. And I remember
talking to her a couple times on the show.
Yeah. For some reason, she thought, or she got in her mind that because I like sitting at home, because I like keeping to myself, because I wasn't going out as much as I wanted to, that I was sad, I was depressed, and I wanted to kill myself. And she took it upon herself to inform everybody.
Oh my God.
To the point where I get a text from Sherry and Nick, not to say that they believed it, but to simply ask me, why is Grandma telling everybody that I want to kill myself? Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? She showed up because she was staying at the house. I said, why is everyone asking me why I want to kill myself? And she told me that she talked to some people about it. I was like, when you say some people, do you mean fucking everybody? Because it was fucking everybody. But I set her straight, let her know, like, I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. You know, I'm not suicidal. I'm just, I grew into this privacy kind of lifestyle. Yeah. Like, I like going out and doing things. I still go out to do things. I went to a wrestling show a couple weekends ago. We're planning to do the cemetery tour thing. I don't mind going out. I don't mind doing things. Sure. It's just not something I want to do all the time now. You know, I'm just like, you know, I'm into my
going out all the time's a young man's game.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's like, I'm in my
teenagers.
Yeah. That's for what we call whippersnappers.
Yeah. Teenagers and drunks. Those are the people who need to go out all the time.
People who were born post Y2K.
Yeah.
That's who goes out, you know? Like people who weren't alive before NSYNC fucking got together.
Yeah.
That's who goes out and party. Like, I know, like, I'm sorry. I was born the year of the Berlin Wall collapse. So yeah, I like to kind of just, you know, sit inside and just enjoy myself. You know, it's not a depressing thing. It's not a sad thing. It's just a privacy thing. It's just I want time for myself thing. You know, it's just like I work a weird fucking job where I spend 12 hours a day, X amount of days a week at the same fucking place doing the same fucking thing. I just want to come home and relax from that. You know?
Right.
It's just,
yeah, I don't go out and navigate fucking social pressures.
Yeah. You know, like,
also, I'm trying to catch up on my bills from all the time that I was unemployed. Like, I don't want to go out and waste my money on you know, on a drink.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. When I go out,
I'm on board with what you're saying.
Yeah. And when I go out, I don't have to get fucking drunk and like fucking goofy anymore. I don't mind just sitting there with a couple friends, having a couple drinks, like fucking adults. You know, like when I wake up with a fucking headache the next morning, I want it to be because there's a cold breeze leaking through my shitty ass windows, not because I had too much fucking tequila.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice. Anyways, so back to my sadness. So
yeah.
there could be opportunities. But it seems like the writing's on the wall. It seems like this is just how it's going to be. I'm upset about it. As I mentioned to you, like I have so many different emotions going through me, whether it's like, anger, hysterical fucking laughter from the sheer stupidity of it, sadness, just aggravation really, because you sit there and you commit so much time to someone.
Right. Yeah.
And then just out of the blue, you know, it goes from like, hey, this is going to be a long term. This is your time to finally get over the fact that nothing ever goes your way to, hey, you're about to be really, really happy. I just want to snatch that fucking away from you. Yeah. And I don't want to, and I know there's a lot of times, like when things like this happen to people, one of the first things, from my opinion, and this is just my opinion to everyone out there, I mean, I could be completely fucking wrong, but in my mind, when shit like this happens, like what's happening to me happens to other people, I think the first thing they like to do is, you know, question like the love of God, or, you know, why shit like this happens to them, if, you know, there's supposed to be someone above us to kind of reach out for us. And it's like I mentioned before, you know, that I do believe that God puts challenges into, you know, in front of us to see how strong we really are. But, for the love of God, Jesus, like everyone has a fucking breaking point, and I just want one thing to fucking work out for me, you know, and I get it, you know, he doesn't get to dictate, you know, how my life moves forward or, you know, what direction my relationships go in. You know, it is, you know, like some of it has to be me, but the thing is, I know I was a great boyfriend. I know I did everything for this girl, that I committed so much time and effort and days of exhaustion because of everything that I put into it.
Right.
That it just feels like it wasn't appreciated and it wasn't respected. And the idea is that, you know, in the mind of her, I'm just expendable. I'm just another person that just happened to be there.
Right.
And that fucking takes a toll on you. You know, it defeats you. And I'm honestly tired of being defeated every single fucking day by like literally fucking everything. Like I can't remember the last time I ever felt to myself that everything in my life is going great and I've sustained that feeling for multiple years. The last time I ever had that feeling was between 2010 and 2011 when I was dating Jenna. You know, that was my happiness. That was the person I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with. And then she dumps me over the fucking phone. And I don't know if she listens to this show or not. I swear to God, if she does and you're listening to this, you destroyed my life. You really didn't though. No, she didn't destroy my life.
Yeah.
She made my life really great for a year and a half. I don't appreciate her breaking my heart.
Yeah.
I think that the shit she was going through could have easily been worked out if she, I don't know, didn't listen to other people. Whatever.
Right.
But the fact that it's been 11 years since I had a forward motion of continuous happiness really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Because there was a point after Jenna that I went to work for a company and I was at that company for 4.5 years and then they fucking fire me because they need to save fucking money. And I go from that company to another company who offer me a job and pay me a certain wage. And then all of a sudden they want to add on to my job by giving me 2 different jobs to do at once. And all they do is bump my pay by, I don't know, 8%, 10%, some shit like that, with the promise of more that never fucking comes. So I have to leave because it's a dead end. So I go to another company. Yeah. And I get to make a little bit more money. And it's like steady schedule. And I'm happy. And then all of a sudden I get laid off from there because of budget cuts. And then a fucking pandemic happens. And then I'm off work for a while. And then all of a sudden I get a new job.
Yeah.
And through that whole time, I mean, there was Jenna and there was Crystal for a couple months. There fucking Melissa. You know, I was with her. Like these relationships were a couple months fucking relationships, and there are other. And I'll get a little bit personal here with you guys. I don't care if you judge me because I don't fucking know you people. I mean, I don't know. We get downloads in fucking like I don't know, Somalia.
Right.
That shit, fucking.
That's amazing.
Right, the darkest parts of Africa are watching or listening to our show on stolen electronics.
Nice.
Right, is that right? Pirates, Somalian pirates of Somalia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just want to double check. Cool. For those of you listening out there in Somalia, thank you for stealing the proper electronics to listen to our show.
Yeah, thanks for listening to our show. That's awesome.
Not a whole lot of Canadians though. I expected more from Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, England we get a lot, and India.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Worldwide. What was I at?
You were going to get a little personal with us because you don't know anybody.
Yeah. So, fuck, I don't remember where I was going to go with that. I was talking about Jenna. I was talking about Crystal.
Yep.
There was Melissa. Oh, yeah. There were times where, I mean, like, I just hooked up with fucking people. Because in my mind, it's just like, fuck it, if I can't have a relationship, I might as well have fun fucking doing it. Yeah. You know? But that's not me. that was a nice little fucking like couple years of my life, but it fucking meant nothing.
Yeah.
And if she's listening to this podcast, I am really sorry for it. It meant nothing, but, yeah, you should have took that hint when I said you don't have to sleep over, you can go home.
Right.
But it's just like no matter what I fucking did, there was always something that eventually was going to halt the forward motion of my life. And I'm just so tired of it.
Right.
The podcast is a perfect example. Like we always have like these moving forward pauses. There's always something that interferes in our shit. It happens a lot with JFW. I started out with me and Dizzle J. Now Dizzle J is nowhere to be found. I had Steve on for a bit. Now he's hiatusing. I got Dally now, but between our work schedules, we can never get fucking together, and it just sucks because we don't know what direction the show's going in or what we're fucking doing. I'm glad that we're kind of being able to keep this freaking show consistent. But there's always something that just fucking interferes in it. And it's like, it's not even something that should affect it, but it does.
Right.
And you just get to the point where you think like, is it fucking me? Like, is it me that causes the problems, whether it be relationships or work or fucking podcasts or bills that need to be paid, diets that need to be fucking controlled? Like what is it about me that says, hey, this guy needs some bad luck?
Yeah.
No, I'm seriously asking you, what is it about me?
Oh, I don't know.
Right? No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't really asking. It was definitely rhetorical. I'm just tired of it, man. And the thing is, like, I pray every day whenever I get angry, like when I got the news today about what was going on, I literally I wanted to just fucking punch something. Yeah. I wanted to fucking break something. Like whether it been fucking a wall to just put my fucking fist through, or just whipping something across the fucking room, or just even yelling. Like I just wanted to just release the fucking anger that I have for this. But instead, I just fucking turned on Shine.fm. And I just listened to fucking music while I was driving. Yeah. And it does help. It does kind of like help me calm and everything, because like I said, if I was to fucking hurt myself and then I can't work, well, then I'm not going to make money and I'm not going to be able to pay bills, and then it's just another fucking, incident. So I just wish there was an answer to all of this. Like, is it more fucking praying? Is it actually going to church? Is it fucking finding someone to bless my fucking house and my life? I don't know what else I could do to make this life more tolerable.
Right.
Like, I don't know, Joe. I mean, I assume, I don't know, maybe your life is good. I don't fucking know. I just look around, I see people getting fucking married and people having fucking kids and people like having great fucking careers, and like half of them don't even fucking deserve it. And I know that sounds fucking petty and it sounds fucking shitty, but I mean, like, come the fuck on now. I mean, like why people who are complete fucking shitbags get to have like the fucking girlfriend and the family and the job that they don't even have to worry about making money because they don't have like really fucking anything to pay for. It's like how the fuck did I get into a situation where I'm miserable but shitbags of the fucking world are somehow fucking happy? Like, is that a karma thing? Like, you get into the world we put onto it because I'm fucking miserable. Misery finds me. I don't think so. Right? I don't either. I think that, I mean, like, I know I try to keep a positive outlook the best I fucking can. But what I have learned in the last 3 days of my life has me questioning anything and everything about what I'm supposed to do moving forward. And I've had this talk with coworkers at my job, and I've said it to Nick. I may have said it on this fucking podcast. I don't know, because we've done like 200. We're almost at like 250 episodes. Do you know that?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Nice.
Yeah, actually, it might be over 250. I don't fucking remember. I could easily look that up because I'm already losing my train of thought. 246. So this is 247. I told Nick, I told my coworkers, what the fuck did I tell them? I really wish I could keep my train of thought.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good. It might come back to me.
Yeah.
But I do know I've always said, hope for the best, plan for the worst. I for some reason, I think that is a very key thing to live by. That could just be my opinion.
No, I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, I want things to work out, but I mean, you always have to.
Can't stand people who don't plan for the worst.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating to me, people who do that. It's just like, well, it's great that things are going well for you now, but the second that they go bad, what am I supposed to do? I'm happy to help, but you should know better.
Yeah. It's like Chris Traeger from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I just hate how he was so fucking happy all the time.
Yeah, he had a weird sadness behind his eyes, though.
Oh, he did. He absolutely 100% did.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I just want to share that a little bit. Like I said, I know we talked about it beforehand, but I did want to bring it out onto the podcast because I feel that, I like sharing some of the aspects of our life with the people who listen to our show because I feel that it kind of humanizes us more as podcast hosts.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. I really wish I could find that fucking thing I was going to say. But I don't think I'm ever going to fucking find it.
Yeah.
That'll be okay, though. I don't know. I'll probably think of it when we're done recording. Because that's usually how life works.
That's how it goes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah.
God, give me some thoughts on that.
The best moment in the Oscars, basically in history, as far as I'm concerned.
Now the big question for you, Joe: stage or real?
I think it was real. At first, I thought it was staged, but then I rewatched it a couple of times, and I think that Chris Rock's shock is legitimate.
That's where I found it to be real. Because you could take the argument both ways in the beginning part of it. He makes a joke. Will Smith is sitting there laughing. All of a sudden he gets up. Chris Rock puts his hands behind his back. He kind of leans in a little bit. Boom, gets smacked in the face.
Yeah.
When you look at it from that aspect, it's like, oh, they completely fucking staged it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you see him going forward with it, it seems very real. And there was another thing too,
I personally don't think Chris Rock is that good of an actor.
No, no, fuck no.
There's a reason he's great in voice roles.
Yeah. But that was another thing too I was kind of curious about, because even live recording, live shows and stuff like that, they have a delay.
Yeah.
So couldn't he have, not shown the slap, not allowed the F word to be dropped several times?
Yeah, you'd think.
Right.
Well, and that's what all the first clips I saw. Like I said, I didn't watch it live. I got people sending me clips that I watched, and then I watched some of it on Twitter and stuff. And but it looked like all of the American broadcasts were they cut the audio.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When it was live, it showed.
Really?
Yeah, as far as I know, when it happened, you saw the slap, you heard it.
Oh dang! I didn't know about that. I saw.
Yeah.
I know some countries didn't censor it. So I saw some clips from Australia, and that's why they were uncensored. Yeah. But
well, you know what? You said yourself, GCR was the one that was watching it live. So I mean, you can maybe ask him. I could be wrong, but yeah. I guess when the initial live footage. All of it fucking played out. But people who was DVRing it and stuff, that got fucking changed. Finding anyone online, it's either beeped out or silenced and shit like that. So I could be completely wrong on how it was censored in live because I was at work. I didn't see it. So
yeah.
SGCR, let me know. But
let me look at because the audio went out and I was like, did the audio go out? So let me see what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I first watched it, I thought there was just an issue with the fucking recording that was posted on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah. But, I mean,
he said no. I said, is the audio deliberately cutting out? He said, no, they cut the audio. That wasn't the bit.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess that kind of points towards more realism.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things where, oh, excuse me. Was it justified? I'll ask you, you're married.
Yeah. So
justified, not?
I hesitate to say that it was fully justified, but I don't think he was wrong to do it, if that makes any sense. And the reason is I've done some research on the whole thing, and what I found out is that they have a history of Chris Rock deliberately targeting Jada for jokes and stuff. And the last big time it happened was in 2016 when the Smiths boycotted the Oscars entirely. Chris Rock spent like 25 minutes just making fun of Jada. And so my imagination, when I imagine happened, because like there's that moment in the audio where off camera Will Smith has stood up and Chris Rock says, "Oh, come on, that was a nice one." That tells me that Will Smith has warned him not to make fun of his wife.
I guess that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and so like I feel like between the fact that there's a history and also the fact that like I guess recently Jada has come out and talked about like how hard it is to have to deal with her alopecia, and like that's the reason her head was shaved. And Chris Rock has done a documentary about black women's hair, and like how like culturally like it's been such a problem, the way that people are treated because of their hair. Yeah. And so it feels like to me, if there's anybody who's in the wrong in the situation, from what I've gathered, like to me, 100% in the wrong is Chris Rock. And then there's gray area for everybody else for me. You know, like is there a better time and place to have done that? Probably. Yeah. You know, I'm also, I've come around, like, if he had punched him and knocked him unconscious, I would feel differently than the fact that he slapped him. Like, it's one dude who's worth $300 million slapping a dude who's worth $100 million, and the only thing that was actually injured was pride. And I'm just like, at that point, you know, I just, like, if he had killed him, it'd be different. You know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's such a weird thing that it's like such a problem that we have to talk about. And I'm just like, who cares? No kids should be up by the time that happened. Will Smith isn't cool anymore anyway.
That shit is all over TikTok. Like, 100%. It fucking blew up in fucking minutes. I made a TikTok of it. It was awesome. But it's, like, I can agree with you on, like, you know, for Will Smith to stand up for his wife is an absolute must. Like, especially if there's been a history of these issues with Chris Rock. And everyone knows that Chris Rock is the kind of comedian who will poke fun at people.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah. I remember the 2016 Oscars. Wasn't a big fan of it, just because it was getting around like that time where it seemed like everything was getting more and more tense between people.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of like there were a lot of things, like if I was to watch it on like older Oscars, it would like make it more uncomfortable. Like kind of like it would be like kind of an uncomfortable situation, but we kind of grew into the more like you can either accept what's going on in the world and move on, or fucking cancel culture it. So I remember him hosting fucking 2016. I remember us doing the show about him hosting the show in 2016.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all, but I believe you.
I remember one specific thing, and I don't want to get back into it because we're in a fucking weird ass fucking world right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Will Smith should have slapped him in front of everybody during a live coverage of the Oscars, Because
that's the biggest thing too on that is just the time and place. But go on, sorry.
But the thing is, he slapped Chris Rock. It may have affected his ego because he literally just got slapped and stood there, took it. But what's that going to do for Will Smith's image?
Right.
The thing is, he was defending his wife. It doesn't affect her image because she didn't do it.
Right.
He did. And this dude just won an Oscar, which, there's a possibility he could have it taken away. I don't think
so insane to me, but
I don't think
just
will.
because, and I don't care that, have your rules, whatever. What's fucking crazy to me are the people who still have their Oscars, even though they're definitely pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it okay for Woody Allen to sleep with his stepdaughter?
Yeah.
When she's underage, but it's not okay for Will Smith to open hand slap another man.
Right.
That's baffling to me. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
I agree with you. I think because Chris Rock, as far as everyone knows, as of right now, has not pressed charges. He said no. That's why Will Smith isn't arrested.
Right.
It doesn't seem like there's going to be any kind of lawsuit thing. So for those reasons, let him keep the fucking Oscar. If there was an arrest and all this other shit, you could probably make an argument for it. But regardless of the actions he just took, slapping Chris Rock and all this shit, he did win the fucking Oscar. He did a pretty good job in the fucking movie. I know they went out and they apologized. It looks like he apologized to everyone but Chris Rock, which I doubt he'll ever apologize to Chris Rock.
He did eventually apologize to Chris Rock too. There's but
directly though, did he actually say, "I'm sorry, Chris"?
Yeah, he sent out a letter. There's a letter circulating online where he's like, "Look, what I did was wrong. Violence should never be the answer. I'm really sorry I did that." And he specifically apologized to Chris Rock. Took a couple days, but he did it.
I'm going to assume he wrote that letter for one of two reasons. Either A publicist told him, "You really need to fix this shit right now if you ever want to do another fucking movie," or he got a call from his mother.
That seems like two likely possibilities.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably both. Probably the publicist said, "Listen, you're going to have to write a letter. You're going to have to apologize. You're going to take blame for it." And Will Smith's like, "Nah, man, I'm not doing that." And then the mother calls "William." She's like, "Yes, ma'am." And he fucking did
right.
it.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Ma. You got it. You got it, Ma. You got it. She's from Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it was interesting to say the least. You did win. Congrats.
Yeah. You're now an Oscar winner. Speaking of Oscar winners, sorry, it's it's not totally unrelated, but it's somewhat unrelated. Mm-hmm. I saw that Samuel L. Jackson got an Oscar, and it was an honorary Oscar. It was we just want to honor you for the work you've done. Did I see that right? Have you heard about this?
No, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. That's what I heard. And I've seen the footage of him. Denzel Washington reads the thing and invites him up, and they hug, and it's a beautiful moment of just dudes supporting each other. And Samuel L. Jackson gets an Oscar. And from what I understand, it wasn't for any work he did this year. It's not like you were the best at this or that. It was literally just an honorary Oscar, from what I understand. And the thing that I got to know about it is, why couldn't they have just done that for Leo all those years that we were worried about why Leo didn't have an Oscar?
It makes a lot of sense.
It's just weird. If we can do that, why aren't we doing it more often?
That is fucking insane. I did not hear anything about that.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I like I said, this is the most I've ever paid attention to the Oscars in my entire life. Yeah. And the more I learn about the Oscars, the less I want to pay attention to them anyway. But
I know there was one time where we did say we were going to watch along the Oscars.
Yeah.
That's also on our bucket list.
Yeah, I know that I've watched sections of the Oscars before live.
Yeah.
But I just find it so boring.
Mm. Oh, you want to hear something interesting that I found out?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Listen, finish what you're saying.
I was just saying, I just think it's boring. There's nothing exciting for me about a bunch of rich people giving each other awards based on who gave the most money to the judges. It's just like, it bores me.
I see that.
Yeah.
So I found out the other day, because I said the word bucket list. Apparently, the term bucket list did not exist before the movie Bucket List came out.
That can't be true.
Apparently it is.
I could see where it didn't become widely used.
Apparently,
I used the word bucket list before the movie came out.
Apparently, there's no documentation that shows the word bucket list being used anywhere before the movie came out.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I encourage you to...
No, I believe that there's no documentation. That's just fascinating.
Yeah. Also, these Academy Honorary Awards fucking things, they've been around since the 20s. And I've never fucking heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob Hope has one.
That's cool. Good for Bob Hope.
Yeah. Good for Bob Hope. He has several of them, apparently. He won one in, Walt Disney has one. Shirley Temple has one. Walt Disney has one for the creation of Mickey Mouse. Then he has another one for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. What the fuck? I want an honorary fucking award.
Right?
Bob Hope, in recognition of his unselfish service to the motion picture industry.
The award celebrates motion picture achievements that are not covered by existing Academy Awards, although prior winners of competitive Academy Awards are not excluded from receiving the honorary award. Huh.
Let me look into the 20s, because that's where we live our lives now. Yeah. Samuel Jackson, Elaine May, Liv Ullmann, all three won an Academy Award.
Huh. Unlike the Special Achievement Award instituted in 1972, those on whom the Academy confers its honorary award do not have to meet the Academy's eligibility year and deadline requirements. So James Cameron's going to get one of these years, right? For inventing like 4D.
He's got to. He's fucking got to. Who the hell is Eli?
He's not going to get one for Avatar.
No. It's so, I still believe to this day, and I think we talked about this on last year's fucking episode, is like, the Oscars should be voted on by people, not fucking academies and groups and shit. No, the fucking people who go out and watch the movies, because if that was the case, I think Marvel would win a lot more fucking awards.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's like gauche to vote for a Marvel film.
Yeah. I think Dune. Did Dune win the most this year?
I think so. They actually, Dune saved my bracket. I didn't do as well as I wanted to do, but I got like 14 of them correct because of Dune.
Well, next year, because I assume you guys do the same thing over on Geekcast Live.
Shockingly, I don't think we do.
Okay. Well, for next year, when we do it, I'm okay doing the bracket thing. But we're going to have to find a way to not do it with the percentages, because I know that's how you picked your winners.
Some of them, yeah. Except when Dune was available, then I voted for Dune.
Except when Dune was available. Which one was this? Okay, so 2021, 94th, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yep, Dune won 6. Kata won 3, and then The Eyes of Tammy Faye won 2.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's it. Dune won 6 of the 10 nominations. Power of the Dog, nothing.
Suck it, dogs.
Suck it, dogs.
Just kidding. I love dogs.
Joe, what are you freaking thinking about?
What am I freaking? Probably Uncharted 2, more than anything. I've really been having a good time playing it. I've been trying to just at night, right before bed, just play a chapter or two and then go to sleep. And it's been a really good time. So, yeah, what about you? What are you freaking thinking about?
Realistically, right about now is just my relationship status.
Yeah.
Just dealing with this bullshit. Hopefully, everything gets resolved here shortly. But if it doesn't, then, just got to accept what it is and move on and, hopefully find, another one that makes me happy.
Yep.
Yeah. No one likes a sad travesty.
Yep.
That's very true. Guys, make sure you check out our podcast, on, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM. Ask your Alexa to play fucking This Freakin' Show. It should pop up. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching This Freakin' Show. Thank you again to our sponsors, CarterComics.com, where you can save 10% on your entire order by using the promo code FreakNet. Audible.com, by just going to audibletrial.com/freaknet, you'll get a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book purchase. And of course, ballwash.com, where you use promo code FreakNet, that's FREAKNET, you'll save 15% on your entire order of their amazing products that'll get you clean from head to toe, from hole to pole. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Every week our listeners can catch Cartoon Joe here on This Freakin' Show. But of course, an hour Cartoon Joe just isn't enough for anybody. So, of course, everyone wants to get more Cartoon Joe. So if our viewers want to find Cartoon Joe, where can they go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Excellent. Guys, that's all I got. So, as always, I am Travis T.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.